This is a quick look inside the new Community Equity module that we created for the University of Colorado. All incoming students are now going through this module in Desire to Learn, and this is the tool, D2L, that the students will soon use for all of their courses here at CU-Boulder. When the students first get into this online module, they see the 3 steps that they need to complete as they start the module. Number 1 is complete a certification that will unlock the module. Number 2 is to review the information, and then number 3 is that they need to pass a quiz at the end of reviewing the content, and they need to get a score of 70% or higher. By passing this quiz, the students actually will lift a hold from their records for enrollment in spring 2016 classes. If they were to go to the content area right now, they actually don't see any information. The module is not yet open because they have not completed that certification, and that's what this little explanation is telling them here as well. So if they go back to the home area, they click on the certification. This basically is just saying that they understand that they need to get a 70% or higher on the quiz in order to pass this requirement. They also need to attend an in-person training, and that they need to be themselves. So there was a small concern that parents were completing this sort of information for the students. We want to be sure that the student is completing this module themselves. They click I agree here, and then they click save. Okay, so now if they go back to the home page, well, actually nothing has changed, but in content, they now have access to the module. They click on introduction, and each little submodule here is what these are called, and there's about 3 different content pages in each submodule, 3 to 4, that has the actual content. So I'll just do a quick scan through of this information so you can get it, or you can see it. We do have it available online as well in PDF for any outside participants to view. We've tried to keep these pages very short, as you can see. These are links out to the other web pages. This is just an introduction into what is community equity, overview of CU and our policies. Okay. And that is the end of module 1, the submodule, the introduction module. This module is protecting our community from sexual misconduct. Understanding sexual misconduct is the name of this page. We really wanted to keep this information digestible and comprehensible to the students in a very approachable manner. This is also the same kind of platform, the same platform that we used for the students' incoming orientation. So all incoming students now are going through an online orientation called the New Student Welcome Experience that is also in Desire to Learn. This module is on understanding discrimination and harassment here. So just some general definitions here for the students, and some examples here of protected classes. We wanted to be sure to include all the protected classes, but in a way that was a little bit more approachable to the students. Over here on the right side is an example of discrimination based on that protected class. Okay, this last module is about, or submodule is about reporting. How do I report a concern? The obligation to report. Additional reporting options for students, the reporting process, options for confidential reporting, and additional considerations. Okay, so there's some additional resources here about federal regulations and additional campus resources involving community equity. And now they open the quiz that they need to complete in order to pass this. They must achieve a grade of 70% or higher. If I click here, okay, this is just the general D2L quiz tool. The students will again be using this quiz tool once they get into classes here on campus, so it's nice to support the academic side as well. Okay, there's actually 12 questions here. They are all scenario-based questions, which we loved to incorporate here. And I'm going to try to pass this really quickly. Okay. These are really in practice, in practice questions, putting in practice the content learned in the modules rather than just true-false questions. Okay, we did put these on 2 pages because there are 12 questions total. But the students can always go back and change their questions or their answers. And we're able to get really good analytics back on these questions as well. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to submit the quiz. Okay, submit quiz and submit quiz. And now here at the bottom, the students can see their questions that they answered. They can see the feedback that we have put into the system as well. And at the very bottom, should be able to see my score for some reason. I believe I'm unable to see my score because of the role I'm in. This is not a true student, but the student at the bottom would see the score that they got. And here, this is helping them read their score if they've passed or if they failed and need to take it again. The students can take this quiz as many times as they need to in order to pass. But if I go to the home page now, I see that this widget has unlocked saying great work. This is the indicator that the student has successfully passed this and that the hold will be removed on their records. Any of this home page is all customizable here. The content area is basically as you see. So if you are creating your own sort of resource like this, it's best to think of it as an outline and initially, and then which information you'll be including in each of these separate pages here. Thank you very much, and we look forward to hearing any feedback.